My name is Tom Andrews. My son Cain died riding his motorcycle, May 22nd, 2013. As I look back at my life, I never felt that I needed to be rich or famous. I just figured if I was a good person and worked hard, then good things would happen. And they did. I married my high school sweetheart, Mary, who was my best friend. I love her dearly. She's a terrific mother, and together we raised 3 wonderful boys. I grew up watching shows like the Brady Bunch and Leave It to Beaver. I was fascinated by the family dynamics of those shows. The mom and dad were good to each other, and as parents, their priority was their kids. When problems would arise, as a family, they would sit down calmly and work things out. The parents communicated very well, and they found those teaching moments, trying to resolve problems in a way that taught the kids about life in a healthy way, and that it was up to each one of us to make good choices and to do the right thing.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
So my priorities in life were to be a good husband and father. It was a simple plan, but one that I felt was a good foundation for a life that was centered in love. We kept in a household that was relaxed, calm, and full of happiness. As a father, I think I did a good job. I was so proud to be called Dad.
When evildoers assail me to devour my flesh, my adversaries and foes, they shall stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise up against me, yet I will be confident.
I received a phone call from one of McCain's friends. He said that Cain had been in an accident. Then he said it's real bad. As I reached the accident site, a block from the school, the first thing I noticed was the street was lined with kids, leaving for the day. The look on their faces was horrifying. I turned to see Cain lying on the street with the paramedics working to save his life. McCain passed away that afternoon.
One thing I ask of the Lord, that will I seek after, to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple, for he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will set me high on a rock.
McCain, my little buddy, the kid that you just couldn't have enough. He grew up to be 6 feet tall, with a smile that could light up a room. He was an average kid, not the fastest or the smartest, but he was so very kind. I call him our quiet leader, carrying a torch to light the way, to show us to be kinder to one another. We all lost a wonderful boy that day. Looking back, it was as if a bomb exploded and I lay there for weeks. As I finally sat up, people would be talking to me, but I couldn't hear them. Or maybe I just didn't care anymore. Everything I looked at seemed different, almost like the colors were gone. It seemed to go to gray. I failed to save my child. The Cain was gone. I couldn't stop asking God, why, of all the things in life, not one of my kids. There's nothing more precious to me. I kept pleading, please God, there has to be another way. I can't live with the loss of one of my kids.
Come, my heart says, seek his face. Your face, Lord, do I seek. Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You who have been my help, do not cast me off. Do not forsake me, O God of my salvation.
It now seemed like my life was a series of flashbacks of the good times and the bad times. It seemed like the negative thoughts just wouldn't stop. At this point, it was like emotional and physical beatings, one after another. I was so exhausted. The Cain is gone. What's the point anymore? Life will never be as good as it once was. I failed to save my child.
Now my head is lifted up above my enemies all around me, and I will offer in his tent sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing and make melody to the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry aloud. Be gracious to me and answer me.
It seemed like I would sit there for hours, day after day, with my head down, running those tapes through my head over and over. Should have, could have. Why? I failed. What's the point?
Do not give me up to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and they are breathing out violence. I believe that I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
And then I began to ask Cain, where are you? Can you see me? Are you with God? Then I would ask God, did you keep me Cain with you? Because I feel so lost here without him. This was the point where I began to talk to God again and work towards a new beginning. I asked God and the King to please watch over me and to help me rise up. I needed the strength to stand up and fight back. I was so tired of grief beating me down. I asked God to please help me find the faith, to hold my head up, to keep moving forward and to never give up. Then I allowed my mind to imagine seeing God and the King looking down on me with a look as though they knew all along that I had the faith and strength to carry on. And then I realized I needed to reach out to those around me who were suffering from the loss of the King because so many had reached out to me. So with the help of God and my dear son the King, I rise up to fight back. And when I feel too tired and wonder if I will make it another day, I remind myself to hold my head up and to see my God's miracles, and then to give thanks to God for including me in his miracles.
Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
In closing, I just wanted to say that I believe all starts with faith. Faith in yourself and faith in God. For some of us, we may have to dig deeper to find it, but it's there. And to understand that we are all God's miracles. Rejoice in that. If you feel beaten down, realize the strength that you possess and rise up. God is with us and he loves us. McCain, we love you and we miss you so much, but I can't help but think God must have needed you. I have to stop asking why and rely on my faith that you had a higher calling. Meanwhile, we will pick up that torch and help one another to light the way.